All right, testing. 1, 2, 3. Testing. All right, testing. 1, 2, 3. Testing. A K. Let's see. Like Katie, cat. I guess it's a C. Okay, cool.
Good afternoon and welcome to Dumke Field on the campus of Westminster College for today's game between the Fort Lewis Skyhawks and your Westminster Griffins. At this time, we ask that you please rise for the playing of our national anthem.
The NCAA, Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference, and Westminster College value respect and are committed to elevating good sportsmanship. We request your cooperation by supporting the participants and game officials in a positive manner. Profanity, racist or sexist comments, or other intimidating actions directed at the officials, student athletes, coaches, team representatives, or anyone in attendance will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal from the site of competition. We encourage you to cheer on your favorite team during today's competition, and we appreciate your cooperation in creating a safe, positive, and inclusive game environment for everyone.
Now let's meet today's starting lineups. First for the visiting Skyhawks. Number 1, Rebecca Kiyokawa. Number 2, Caprietta Abadesa. Number 4, Liv Crawford. Number 5, Haley Dostie. Number 8, Abby Escondon. Number 12, Ellie Martinez. Number 13, Ann Nelson. Number 18, Marin Clark. Number 22, McKenna Carter. Number 23, Jojo Lutz. Number 25, Avery Basso. And number 30, Avery Jocelyn. And the head coach of the Skyhawks is Ashley Travis. And now, let's meet the starters for your Westminster Griffins. Number 1, Hannah Bargeron. Number 3, Courtney McCabe. Number 4, Emmeline Russell. Number 5, Phoebe Walker. Number 9, Riley Weldon. Number 12, Katie Thielen. Number 15, Audrey Erickson. Number 18, Lauren Shagro. Number 19, Eden Freiberg. Number 20, Maddie Kelleher. Number 22, Melissa Reeves. And number 30, Nikki Frazier. And the head coach for the Griffins is Nikki Harding.
What's your daughter's number? 25. She's starting, right? Yeah. Here until we were announcing the Westminster team, so I'm like, oh, starters. I know I could get one of them. They announced it. I think 2, 4, 5 looked like they were out there for them.
Okay.
Will you help kind of mark that stuff down just to make sure we get them all right?
Yeah, I can do that.
Someone will fix it. Goalie for them is, who you say their goalkeeper was 25? 27. Our keeper was 1.
First home game of the 20. It's the first home game of the 2021 season for the Westminster women's lacrosse team here as they're underway here live on Dumke Field as the Westminster Griffins take on the Skyhawks from Fort Lewis in a battle of the RMAC as the Westminster Griffins enter 0-3, 0-1 in RMAC play so far this year. As for the Skyhawks, enter 2-1, 1-0 in their lone game so far in conference play as Westminster looking to get the first lead of today's game here. As again, Westminster coming in 3 straight losses, falling to UCCS 11-20 as the first shot will be saved for the Skyhawks. And then they fell to Regis, who was ranked 12th, 3-17, and Colorado Mesa ranked 25th, 11-18. So back-to-back topped of 25 teams there were on their schedule. So not an easy way to start your season, especially on the road for Westminster Griffins. As Anna Nelson with possession here for the Skyhawks. Looking to get it in towards the net over there. Toss it over behind the net over to Dutzy, who will come through, try to get a shot up here. Should get bumped off track. Will be a penalty against the Griffins. And then, as again, we do play 2 halves here in women's lacrosse, as we'll get our first shot here off a penalty from Haley Dusty, He's looking to go right down the gap and will lose control of the ball. As it's still a scrum there, looking to get it up. Ball still on the ground, finally picked up by Westminster. And Westminster turns it over just like that after they get it from a key stop on the defensive end. As again, Fort Lewis looking to get their second opportunity here to strike, as the first one failed after that first penalty. Trying to get in the crease, couldn't do it. Skyhawks lose it, but pick it right back up by Anna Nelson. Skyhawks looking to get it over with Martinez now, swings it around up top. Trying to find his way in the gap, loses control of it. That's Abby Escandad. Who gets it again, Hick driving towards the crease there. Right down the gut. It's going to hit the back of the net for a goal for the Skyhawks to start things off 1-0. That was number 8, Abby Escandon. Strike first. As the first goal comes with the first 3 minutes of play here in half number 1. Again, Abby Escandon gets the first goal today. As we'll face off here in the middle at 27-26 left to play. As Westminster looking to come away with it, they lose control of it. And again, we see the Skyhawks get hit there as Marion Clark got hit on the play. Looks like she was hit by Audrey Erickson, who's going to head to the box.
Yellow or green?
And the Griffins will start man down here to start this sequence after that penalty against Erickson. And Skyhawks get it out, looking to strike here, get their second goal here in the early stages of half 1. Westminster trying to get it out of their defensive end here. Good stoppage so far here. A good cut right there by the Skyhawks. They lose control there as they still maintain possession. Let's get a whistle on the play here. Official. Making sure everything's alright. We're back up. As again, shot clock. I don't think it didn't reset correctly is why. And the penalty goes against Westminster. Shot's going to be fired and scored once again. Skyhawks take the early 2-goal lead. Number 13, Lindsay Thielen. Looks like she was the one going right up the gut there. As we're just near the first 4 minutes of action, and it's already 2-0 for the Skyhawks.
That's kind of your comfort level on what you want to do that way. Because I am noticing it is quite a ways out on those three positions, aren't they? You're free to do that as much as you feel that need.
Again, the Skyhawks' only loss was against UCCS in a 12-13 victory for Colorado Springs. And they're coming off a 25-1 victory at Adams State. It was their last time they played. So starting off, 2 quick goals here on Salt Lake City, here on Dumke Field. Is against shot clock. Starts at 90 and trickles down little by little here. Westminster looking to get their second shot here near goal. Instead they'll be a penalty here on number 23 for the Skyhawks. Jojo Lutz hits Westminster. It's coming through there. That one's going to hit the back of the net for the first goal for the Griffins to make it a 1-goal lead.
For the Griffins by number 22, Melissa Reeves.
As the senior Melissa Reeves drives in there and gets the first points of the day for Westminster. Face off again. Goes to Westminster this time, looking to even it up right here after a successful offensive attack last sequence. Right in the middle, they're looking to get some near the net again, but they lose control of it. Lose control of that with Phoebe Walker. Taken away by the Skyhawks. And the Kellner with this one now. She gets it up across midfield now to her teammate. Rushing that one with ease is Abadessa. Trying to get near the crease again, got hit once again by Westminster. Draws the contact for the Skyhawks. The shot's going to either a shot or you might want to give it a shot there, but it looked like, her teammate was behind the net. Almost like lost control of it, tried to maybe pass it over there. Either way, unsuccessful. Westminster maintains with the ball. Yes, Katie Thielen was hit there on the play for the Griffins. That one's going to just go over Walker's head. Couldn't get it to her stick, instead her teammate will come help her out. And Madeline Kellner picks that one up. Again, due to COVID-19, a couple players from last year was going to play, didn't get the opportunity, are back this year, which is great. Have an opportunity to maintain success as the women's lacrosse program has had over the past few years, and success of building a winning program here on Dumke Field. But the shot's going to be fired there to the right, missed, as Westminster will be the closest one to the ball and hang on to it. Westminster once again turns it over, and then Skyhawks come away with it and get hit. Whistle blows, but we're right back to action just like that, quick. In Westminster, a little bit of a press coming up here. A little bit too physical to start here in the first half. Skyhawks once again reset their offense here with Abby Eskandon. Gets it over to her teammate and Clark. Clark going right up the gut as she gets pushed back out by the Griffins defenders. But a spin move will not be successful. The shot was on goal and great save by the Griffins goalkeeper, the sophomore from Farmington, Utah. As Hannah made a great save in net for Westminster.
What's going on right now?
I cannot clear the ball.
And
Well, no, but this just big cluster.
yeah, we
Okay. It just didn't work.
kind of trickery play did not work for either team, as there was just
What's going on?
a mob in at at midfield there, and the shot just missed there. Rebound for the Skyhawks. They cleared across midfield. Eskandon with it once again for the Skyhawks. Got the first goal of today's game. Griffins trail by 2-1 here, as again play 30 minutes of 2 halves here in college lacrosse rules. And we're live in the RMAC network. Thank you guys for stopping by from east to west, north to south. As the shots can be fired here and scored by number 2 by Abadessa for the Skyhawks to extend their lead back up to 2.
Fort Lewis goal by number 2, Caprietta Abadessa.
There's again some changes coming in here after that third goal for the Skyhawks, as we're back at midfield once again for a face-off. So far, Skyhawks lead the way with 6 ground balls compared to 4. Skyhawks are 2 for 2 on clears, and Griffins have controlled the draw 3-1 to start, make it 4-1. But after a successful draw for Westminster, they lose control. Once again, the Skyhawks going to try to take advantage right here.
It's not updating my visit right now.
As Avery Beso is goalkeeper for the Skyhawks, just has only saw 1 shot there, and Hannah Bargenrun is for Westminster. As once again, the Skyhawk goes down. Penalty is going to go against Westminster. Looks like it can be drawn by number 8, Jamie Francis. Number 9, I'm sorry, Riley Wilden. As again, Westminster 4 turnovers to start today's game. Skyhawks have not turned it over so far.
Gave him a card, but no one left yet, right? I don't know what's going on right now.
The officials are going to
Timeout, Griffins.
send everyone away for a timeout, and Skyhawks lead 3-1 here on Dumke Field.
You can see what's going on in that game.
So far this season, Westminster has got 25 goals. Fort Lewis has scored 50 goals in their 3 games so far this season. Westminster does average about 19 shots a game. Fort Lewis gets about 35 shots near the goal for this season. That's really good numbers. And talked about causing turnovers so far. Griffins have not caused any, and 4 have been caused by Fort Lewis. They have 34 on the year entering today's game.
Struggling a little bit with that, aren't we?
So again, first home game of the RMAC season for Westminster Griffins here on Dumke Field, as we're live on the RMAC network here in Salt Lake City, Utah. We're on the campus of Westminster College. As it's been
She's part of the game, though.
it has been an eventful start to today's game, as we see the first 10 minutes of play get ready to wind down here in the first half of action of the first home game of the 2021 season. Of course, we're just happy to be back here once again. We got fans and parents in attendance here, as socially distanced if they're not with their family members. Everyone wearing masks out here. That's the new norms we have here. The shot's going to be fired and scored once again by number 2, Abadessa, for Fort Lewis, their second goal of today's game. As Abadessa does enter with 5 goals this season so far, 5 points on 11 shots. She got 2 more to add to her total today. Again, draw right here, midfield. Griffins have done the one thing they're winning on the stat sheet is draw control. And that time they won't get it. It'll be a team draw control victory for Skyhawks. Nice spin move there. Shot will be fired and saved once again by Hannah, number 1, the sophomore goalkeeper. As a shot will be fired there by number 8, once again Abby Escondon, who gets her second goal of today's game. Off a turnover by Westminster, turns into a goal for the Skyhawks. Again, up the start you want if you're head coach Nikki Harden for Westminster, who enters her 12th season here. Assistant head coach Maggie Hernecker is right by her side, as Harding's record at Westminster is 86-68 overall and 30-27 in the RMAC. So winning record as another draw control victory goes to Westminster. Nice little give and go there, and shot will be fired by the Griffins as Phoebe Walker gets her first goal of today's action.
Goal for the Griffins by number 5, Phoebe Walker, assisted by number 22, Melissa Reeves.
That's a great give and go there from Reeves to Walker for a goal. As again, Griffins get a nice draw control victory there and led to a hit in the back of the net for Westminster to cut the lead to 3. And great job by Phoebe Walker to score there for Westminster. Draw control goes to the Skyhawks. Turnover, drop, picked up by Westminster. Griffins go down but get right back up after slamming into a Skyhawk on that play. Defense trying to come up and knock the ball out of the stick there. Can't get it there. Walker tried. Couldn't get away from Abendesa, who's having a good game here today with 2 goals so far. Anna Nelson with it now. Looking for a teammate down low. Can't get it controlled over there to Escondon, who loses it for a moment. Picked up by Westminster, as Brooke O'Donnell had it for a moment before getting hit on the play from number 8, Escondon. So the turnover against Westminster, picked up by number 28, Caitlin Van Zait. Gets it over to Liv Crawford for a moment for the Skyhawks. Who's going to take this one near behind the net. It's in the stick of Anna Nelson now up top. Should reset the offense. Shot clock at 60 seconds left, so plenty of time for the Skyhawks to get their offense going here. As Dosey gets hit there by Westminster, she'll draw the penalty. And she'll have possession right there, right face to face with Westminster's goalkeeper. A shot will be fired and missed. And Skyhawks come away with it for a moment as it's still bouncing around. They had it for a second, then Westminster finally comes away from out of the pile with Madeline Keller to pick that one up. Gets over to Hannah Barganen. Who will clear everyone out and try to set up the offense. Instead, it'll be a turnover on Westminster. The other goalkeeper for Westminster, Michaela Davis.
So these are all the stats, so like ground ball, turnovers, cause turnovers, shots, assists.
He is just sitting on the bench today.
Things not going right. I'm a little off in the first like 10, 12 minutes. I think I've missed a couple assists.
So we've called a couple of her games here on
But yeah,
at Dumke Field.
that's what this is. This is the box scores that we put up on the schedule.
Again, Skyhawks looking for something to add to their lead here. That's good defense by Westminster, as penalty will go against Lauren Showbro.
This is considered a free position still from back here, isn't it? When it's this deep, or is it not?
Once again, lost it too. That was Autumn Rymanson, who picked it right back up after dropping it. Once again, 60 seconds on the shot clock here for the Skyhawks, leading 5-2. Has had some pretty good back and forth action for the last 5 minutes here by both teams. Because that one is going to stay in possession of Westminster. Over to Walker. Walker trying to get something going with the offense here. Westminster's shot will be fired. That's going to be missed by Reeves. Picked up once again by Westminster. Tried to see a cutter coming in there. Can't get it to her. Has picked it up by Keller. Once again, Hannah Keller, that is. Gets over to McCabe behind. And then just resend the offense. About, again, 75 seconds on the shot clock here to get the possession they want here for Westminster. As Freiburg tossed that one and lost it, turnover goes against Westminster. Referee saying go back and reset. Trying to jump the gun there before the official said you can go. Skyhawks got possession back. Escandon with it right now. Again, 2 goals for Skyhawks so far. Goes from left to right. And nearly turned over by Westminster. Scooped up by Crawford, though. Crawford right there near the crease, but gets it back out. Resets it. 45 seconds on the shot clock. Into the stick of Nelson. Nelson's got it now, calling out the play. It shall go one-on-one by Westminster. Shot will be fired and scored. There'll be no assist on that one, and Nelson drives by with ease on a one-on-one matchup to get the lead up to 4. As Ann Nelson called her shot there and wanted to go one-on-one and cleared everyone out. Was able to get the goal there for the Skyhawks with 13:45 left to play in half number 1. Skyhawks on top, 6-2. Again, Skyhawks leading 10-4 with shots so far today. And credit Westminster. They're not letting the Skyhawks have anything easy. That was probably the easiest goal so far today, though. But everything else has been really, really tough and difficult for the Skyhawks to set their offense. So we'll see if the Skyhawks will go back to a game plan that we just saw in that last play. Kind of take some time off and clear it, and then let the offense roll. As for Westminster, they need another good draw control victory here to set their offense and try to get another goal here, as they don't want to fall any more than 4. And again, Griffins doing a great job on draw controls today. Reese with it now. Kicks it behind the net. And looks like she was trying to shoot that one. It was Freiberg. Couldn't get it in there. And an empty netter for a moment before the official says, hang on a minute. As the goalkeeper came way out of the crease. And that was an open shot for Westminster. And so, break for the Skyhawks. For a moment, but the goalkeeper is way behind, and we got an opportunity to score here. It looks like it's Hannah Kilner, a freshman, with possession right now for Westminster. 2 Skyhawks there, and they'll swing it over, and the shot will not be forced there by Westminster. They toss it over there to Shoro. But now, goalkeeper's back where she needs to be for the Skyhawks. It's Lauren, the junior, number 18. Goes right down, shot, and hits the top right shelf for a goal.
Goal for the Griffins by number 18, Lauren Shagro.
And that's Shagro with the goal there for Westminster.
They have to check your stick. What?
I've heard like 2 different things. It's one of those, I don't know.
What number is Ellie? 24.
So Shagro gets her first goal today. And the Griffins lead. The Skyhawks lead dips to 3 now. 3-6 to score here in half number 1. Getting high in the sky there. Griffins come down with it some way, somehow. Kilner comes away with it. Again, that's been the positive of today's game so far, is draw controls for Westminster. At 7-3, as they're winning that category in the stat sheet. Nice, cut it through and just couldn't get it to her, as Walker thought she had a wide open goal there for a moment. The heads up play by the goalkeeper, Avery Beso. Skyhawks with possession now with speed going the other way. Has an opening in front and can't hit the back of the net. That was Martinez. just missed that one for the Skyhawks. Griffins will control. As we did see a goalie swap for Westminster, Kayla Davis is now in the net. The senior we talked about earlier stepped back in for today's game here on Dumke Field after a couple goals were given up in the early stages of half one. Cutting there, saved by Davis on the right. Shot goes there from Rebecca Kiawaya. As again, stop the clock here, 11:27. Skyhawks can maintain possession here. And a shot won't be fired there. Has a whistle blown. Skyhawks trying to get in there. Losing control for a moment. That was Marin Clark who loses possession. Westminster comes away with it. Again, good defensive stands by the Griffins. As Westminster goes down. Whistle blown, but everything. She gets right back up and she's ready to play once again. Official once again blows the whistle. We've heard a lot of whistles today here in half number one. Making sure everyone's set up before they can start the play here. Griffins will reset and try again. I might favor the Griffins this time as it goes to the stick of Hannah Kellner. Kellner with the back again. Spin move. Shot will be fired. Missed just wide to the right. As Griffins closest one, Walker will pick it up and start the offense once again behind the net. Looking for someone to cut through the middle.
It's like really confusing, isn't it? I'm glad I'm not the only one. I'm next to a lacrosse person. Okay, you don't know either. Great.
But like when I'm there, I'm like, oh yeah, chill.
Shot fired and scored once again for Westminster. As you've seen, Madeline Keller, the freshman, hit the back of the net there.
Yeah, Maddie. Or was that Hannah?
Goal for the Griffins by number 20, Maddie Kelleher.
We were up on that one, weren't we?
And now the Griffins got back-to-back goals and cut the lead to 2. The 4-goal lead the Skyhawks had is gone now. Westminster, again, the defensive intensity has stepped up a bit the last few minutes.
She hasn't been here in like 3 weeks.
Oh, so she's not even here. Okay, I'm gonna get her off the roster so I don't accidentally add her in. It's just this, like keeping track of who's been in and out. So if you get a stat, it's easy because it automatically marks you. But if you don't, it doesn't record you played yet.
Again, Griffins lead 7-3 in draw controls today. Skyhawks are 4 for 4 in clears today. Griffins are 5 for 10. And only 6 shots on goal for the Griffins.
Lindsay was one I was gonna.
And once again, another draw control goes to Westminster. This is Courtney McCabe, the junior, picks this one up. Eden Freeberg with it. Will go through, pass it over to her teammate, to Grace Garcia, who scores for Westminster. And again, 3 straight goals for the Griffins.
Griffins goal by number 17, Grace Carico.
Sees the lead now drop to 1 for the Skyhawks. Skyhawks came out with a lot of energy to start here and kind of dipped away. As we'll get a timeout from the Skyhawks. 10:04 left to play in half number 1. Griffins trail by 1. 6-5 is the lead for the Skyhawks here in the RMAC Network. Griffins 3 straight goals to get them trailing by 1 here against a good Skyhawks team we've talked about coming in on a 3-game winning streak. 3-0 to start the year and scoring 25 goals in their last game. Because again, it was a 21-1 victory against Adams State. And today it's a little bit more difficult. And the last time they hit the field. And again, the most goals they've gave up so far this year is 13. So, I mean, they're still on pace to keep that number low against Westminster. Good defense once again. Great stop by Westminster as Davis saves that one once again. As Westminster looking to even it up, score right here. Gets it to White. White behind the net, tries to get it back over. As Westminster resets, as there's another whistle blown once again against the Skyhawks. As Westminster trying to take all the opportunities they can get here to even the score up. The shot will be blocked and saved. Great job by the goalkeeper, Avery Beso. Again, coming with speed across midfield for the Skyhawks. It's McKenna Carter with possession. Gets it over to Abendisa, 2 goals so far. Escondon now, just trying to reset the offense again. 60 seconds on the shot clock. No hurry for the Skyhawks here. As a shot will be fired, hit the back of the net. As she got hit going down too. That's Marion Clark. As that stops the run for Westminster. As Clark took a hard hit after that.
Skyhawk goal by number 18, Marion Clark.
That's her first goal of today's game. 2-goal lead once again in favor of the Skyhawks here. Again, Griffins looking for their first victory of 2021. Only played 1 game so far in conference play. Because if you remember, not everyone is in the conference for lacrosse, because not every school has a lacrosse program for women's and men's, so it's a little bit different than the other sports around campus here at Westminster. Cutting through the gap easily. That hits the post. That's going to be a shot missed by Ann Nelson. Good job by Westminster to come away with that. Katie Thielen now with it, trying to go with speed across midfield with the stick. Shifts left to right, but loses possession. Drops the ball, and then Westminster comes away and takes it right back. Near the midfield line. Has White with it now for Westminster. Good cut. Walker taps that one in easily. Fakes left, goes right, and scores. As the Griffins once again trail by 1, 6 to 7 to score now. 7:09 left to play in half number 1. Griffins got all the momentum right here as they're trying to continue it and hopefully, if not, take a lead going into halftime. And again, one of the biggest pluses for Westminster, draw controls 8-5, and that's really been the difference to keep them in this game, it feels like. They are being outshot 12-9 though so far, but 4 assists on the 6 goals for Westminster. Out of the 6 of the 7 goals for the Skyhawks have been unassisted.
I think it was Lindsay's 27, right? Or is that Eloise?
Eloise is 28.
Who's 27, I think, got the assist. Who's got the ball now? Oh, no, that is Melissa. Sorry, you're right. Looks like a 7 for a second.
Griffins up top, and in plenty of time here to get their offense moving. Tries to get it right in there in the middle, can't get it over to Fredberg, who finds a way to pick it back up after losing it, and she'll hit the back of the net for a goal. So she dropped it for a moment, found a way to gain possession once again and control and hit the back of the net, and we're all even at 7-7. First time we've been tied since 0-0. And the Griffins' run continues here. 6-2 was the score for the Skyhawks, and the Griffins have now rallied off 5 straight goals and leading, and has a 5-2 run in the last 10 minutes of play. So we're all even again. Griffins on top of the draw controls, and also on top of ground balls, 14. And that was a ground ball control that helped hit the back of the net for Westminster. Again, another good day here to be out here outside. Now a little bit of wind come through the broadcast booth here, to kind of cool down a little bit from the. We haven't hit that spring heat just yet. Another draw control goes to Westminster, but it'll be here this weekend. As we got a couple games this weekend, men's lacrosse game tomorrow, men's and women's soccer this Saturday, all on the RMAC network. And just barely missed that one. Westminster had a great cutter from Walker, who probably would have hit the back of the net easily if she was just behind her, but the Griffins maintain control still. So no harm, no foul there. Freiberg with it, gets it over to Walker. Walker trying to shift it right to left once again. And there's another cutter and just misses that one as the Griffins. Kellner saw that one too late. That was Maddie Kellner who just missed the cutter. But Griffins once again pick it up. Turnover Skyhawks. Weldon with it for the Griffins now. Going to the left side. Spins around to the right. Backs back out. And loses control of that. Was Westminster, but again, picks it right back up. Shot clock moving down to 65 seconds again. Neither team has really dipped down below 40 seconds of the shot clock in today's offensive sets by either team. So they're playing a fast-paced style, which is good. And the shot's going to hit the post there for Westminster. That was number 19. Freiberg that missed that one. Skyhawks once again on the move, crossing midfield. Skyhawks looking to stop the run here for Westminster. As again, we're tied 7-7. Just under 5 minutes to play in half number 1. Costi with it up top and swings it over to her teammate, and Nelson's got a couple goals today. Shaken by the defenders. That one's going to hit the post there too, so no goal for the Skyhawks. Looks like that was number 4, Crawford, that spun around there and just hit the side of the post. Again, Michaela Davis did not start for the Griffins in goal, and everyone's back in the middle of that scrum again, trying to get some confusion against the Skyhawks, and it might have worked for a moment As it's picked up for the Griffins, we got a breakaway opportunity for Westminster. Shot will be missed there on the left, as it was a 3-on-1 and Griffins couldn't capitalize on it. Looks like if he's looking to get that a pass to the right, could have got a goal there, but I mean, the angle she saw on the field is much different than what we saw up here in the booth. As Nicole Frazier was the one that fired that last shot for Westminster. Shot's going to go and hit the back of the net once again for the Griffins. It's number 19, Eden Furberg, her second goal of the game, the junior from Hurricane, Utah.
Number 19, Eden Freiberg.
As Freiberg gets the last point for the Griffins there. With 3 minutes and 7 seconds left to play, Griffins get their first lead for today's action over the Skyhawks in half number 1. Again, it was 6-2 at one point for the Skyhawks. Griffins now have 6 straight goals to get the lead and have only allowed 1 goal since that time frame. Because we remember saying it was a 4-goal lead at one point, and the Griffins just needing not to allow any more goals to get off, or could have got ugly. Again, a team that can score fast and furious is the Skyhawks here, and the Griffins are doing a good job by not allowing them to get much going here in half number 1. Once again, draw control won by Westminster, but almost it was a turnover is completed. Actually, it looked like the Griffins might have got away with one, but they couldn't. Scooped up by the Skyhawks. Again, they trail by 1 now. Shot once again saved by Davis. Abendesa couldn't get this one to go. 2 goals so far to start today. Couldn't get a third one here. Westminster trying to scoop that up with their stick. Can't do it. Losing control of it. Picked up by Westminster once again. Kaiokawa, who goes down there. Penalty goes against Westminster. That'll be on number 19 for Freiberg. As action's back in play. As we're nearing the final 2 minutes of half number 1. Again, Griffins are on top by 1. Abendesa with it. Gets it back over to Kaiokawa. Again, the Skyhawks being very patient now here. 45 seconds on the shot clock. And that one will be scooped up in the stick by Fort Lewis. But it's going to be going the other way. It's turnover against the Skyhawks. Westminster will get possession with about less than 90 seconds to play in half number 1. Davis comes all the way out of her zone, looking to get somebody open here. Trying to set some off-ball screens here to get someone open. And Davis is calling it out there. And again, just taking the time down here. No rush here at all. Final minute of action here on Dumke Field in half number 1. And after all that, Griffins are going to lose control. As that one's still in the air, and yep, it'll be a turnover against Westminster. Skyhawks looking to even it up right here. And they'll get a shot opportunity here after the penalty. Looking to even it up, 8-8, or can Davis make a big stop right here to keep it a 1-goal lead for Westminster? And she does. Good defensive stop by Westminster. Most likely Griffin's going to go into half, leading by 1. Unless they turn it over in their own zone right here. And they don't, they'll clear it across midfield. Freiberg with it now on the right. Going to the right side, sees someone cutting to the left. Instead it goes to her other teammate, who I don't think it was intended to get to, who resets the offense behind the net. Freiberg loses control. She cut towards the crease. Again, Skyhawks about 5 seconds to get it across, and this is how we're going to end half number 1. As the Griffins will go into halftime leading 8-7 after trailing 6-2 by most. And it's been a different game since we've seen the goalie switch for one, and different intensity by the Griffins after falling down by 4 goals. We'll take a quick timeout, 10 minutes of halftime. We'll be back live. Griffins on top, 8-7 here at halftime here on the RMAC Network. Half number 2 underway here in Dumke Field. Griffins on top by 1 goal, 8-7 to score, as they've done a good job leading with 4 assists and another draw control victory. Will go to the Skyhawks here, as that's been the best thing for the Griffins so far to date. Skyhawks are going to get back to that momentum they had in half number 1. Shifting right to left, trying to get into the gap. Gets bumped, no whistle until now. A penalty against this Westminster. Penalty be against number 8, Jamie Francis. As you will see, 28, Van Zandt go through. We'll try to fire this one in, and she'll score. As that'll be the first goal for her today, and we're all even at 8 apiece now. Another draw control coming here for both teams, and Westminster will pick this one up. Madison Kilner gets it across midfield, gets it over to Walker. Walker resets it behind the net over to her teammate and Reeves. But again, we'll get a penalty here. I believe it'll be on 18, Marion Clark for the Skyhawks. As it was actually against, it was a penalty against Westminster. And just right down the gut, no one in there, but saved by Davis. Kayla Davis did not get the start today, but checked in and played great for Westminster. And again, we're all even at 8-8 here in Salt Lake City. Shot fired by Walker and scores. The assist goes to 22, Reeves. And just like that, the Griffins are back on top.
Goal for the Griffins by number 5, Phoebe Walker.
And Griffins once again lead by 1 goal. Their largest lead today is 1. Look to extend it right here. Again, the first 2 minutes of play, we've seen 3 goals, 2 by the Griffins, 1 by Fort Lewis. As again, the Griffins coming out with great intensity to start half number 2. The other penalty against and shot fired and scored by Westminster. Number 3, Courtney McCabe. No assist on the play for Courtney as the Griffins again get their largest lead now, 2-goal lead. Largest lead of today's game has been 4 by Fort Lewis.
Goal for the Griffins by number 3, Courtney McCabe.
Draw control victory goes to Fort Lewis. This one's going to be number 13, Ann Nelson, who's got one of the earlier goals in today's action. Trying to spin through there, spin through traffic, has to get back out. Traffic jam caused here by the Griffins defense to relocate. This time be no shot fired there, as just taken away by Westminster.
Who scored all the goals? Tell me real quick. I was just trying to fix something with the scoreboard downstairs. Solo goal for 28.
Griffins back here trying to get something moving, cutting through the defense here. Griffins once again trying to slice through there, can't do it, loses control for a moment. And Skyhawks come away with it. Good defense there by Fort Lewis.
Our second goal, that was a free position shot, wasn't it?
Yep, Courtney.
What about the first goal? First goal, was it just regular? Okay.
Griffins trying to fight off the Skyhawks here, leading by 2 goals here in half number 2. 5 minutes nearly gone by. Griffins looking to get across midfield with the ease, and they do. Over to Walker. Walker gets it now across. Stick doesn't stop again to Reeves. Reeves with possession now for Westminster.
It drifts a little. Yeah, just in case you haven't seen that.
We got a bump off track there. Reeves shot, missed. It's going to be picked up by Westminster though. Madeline Kellner with it. Griffins just playing the advantage here. No one's cutting through yet. Just kind of clearing out the options here in a 5-out situation. And then a pass will be cleared through the gap, picked up by Skyhawks goalkeeper, number 25, Avery Baso. Trying to clear it across midfield. Find a way to get it across into the stick of Crawford. Crawford now will hang tight for a minute as time went off the play clock there for a moment. And shot clock now down to 50. 5-0 that is. Trying to get another clear off situation here. Goes right into it, and shot's going to be fired and missed to the left. Picked up by the Skyhawks though. Again, shot clock reset if the shot was on goal. Dossie with it. Trying to go fake left, go right. Griffins aren't fooled at all. Great defense by Westminster. Maddie Kilner right there playing tough. Martinez loses a stick. It was the Griffins that lost the stick, and Martinez comes back up with it some way, somehow. Spin move, got two defenders, shot fired and scored. That's a beautiful goal by Ellie Martinez for the Skyhawks. Took two different defenders away from the play for Westminster and had a wide open shot there.
Fort Lewis goal by number 12, Ellie Martinez.
That was a great play by Martinez. No assist on the play. There's 23:10 left to play in second half action. Griffins are still on top by 1.
She's the only one I haven't answered from them. Did we say Lindsay had come in? Yep. We did.
Draw control won by the Skyhawks here. Picked up cleanly by Kawikawa, who spins for a moment and then just resets the offense to the right side into Abadesa. And just kind of hanging tight here for a moment as Alyssa Stroud checked in for Fort Lewis. First time we called her name, number 7. Trying to find the opening there. As the shot will be fired, hits top shelf, and we're tied once again. Martinez finds a way to find the open gap, and we're tied 10-10, and the Skyhawks are looking like they did in the first few minutes of today's game. And we'll get a timeout on the field here. 22:30 left to play. Half number 2. Griffins and Skyhawks even at 10 here in Salt Lake City. Tied 10-10. Martinez back-to-back goals for Fort Lewis to tie up the game here. It was predicted to finish 5th in the RMAC preseason coaches bowl this year. Currently sit in last place, tied with Adams State. Both teams 0-1 in preseason, and Griffins are 0-3 in conference play so far. So looking to trying to get a victory here. Correction, the Griffins are 0-1 in conference play and did not win a game in the exhibitions and preseason games. So 22-30, Skyhawks building some momentum here, winning a couple few draw controls here, as the Griffins will maintain this one as they trying to get the lead back in their favor here on Dumke Field. Nice pass there, and they get the goal back easily. So 19 with the goal, that's Freiberg, and the Griffins are back on top. Nice little give and go action right there from Westminster.
19, Eden Freiberg.
There's a nice little, again, just quick pass and cut, give and go, whatever you want to call it, perfectly executed by Westminster to put them back on top by 1. .28 ground balls, 21 for the Skyhawks, leading in that category on the stat sheet. They still have 18 shots compared to 15 for Westminster, and the Griffins are leading as it'll be a possession. Skyhawks scooped up cleanly by Nelson, and they're going the other way to try to even it back up here on Dumke Field in an RMAC showdown here in the RMAC network. Appreciate you guys stopping by and tuning in, no matter where you may be watching and listening to us from. We appreciate you, whether Skyhawks or Griffins fans. Thanks for stopping by today on a beautiful day in Salt Lake City. The winds kind of died down for a moment. The sun is shining here on Dumke Field. As we had the soccer games yesterday, we had nightcap with the women's soccer team. As it got a little bit chilly at night here, but great weather for today's lacrosse action. And again, for Fort Lewis, they were projected to finish 6th in conference in the coaches poll this year, and they're showing everyone they're for real this year. Again, only 7 teams in the RMAC for lacrosse. And a shot will be missed there. Number 18 diving to get that one out of play. Clark can't get it, hit the net, but they maintain possession. The play clock running, shot clock running down under 25 seconds now. And this is the lowest we've probably seen the shot clock all day today for either team. Both teams have been kind of fast and furious with their offense. For someone here, the last 5 seconds, got to get a shot off here again to shoot it from deep. And instead they'll lose it. But there'll be a penalty first, actually, right before with 1 second on the shot clock. They're going to put 1 second back on. And they're just going to have to fire this one right when the whistle blows the whistle. Davis in the cage, shot fired, and that's how the shot clock expires, and Griffins will take over. So good defense for 90 seconds for Westminster. Davis comes away with the internet in the crease. The Griffins will start their offense, slow and steady, getting across midfield. And to the stick of Frazier. Freiberg with it, gets a cutting teammate to Erickson, who scores for the Griffins, and now they get the 2-goal lead back up with 19:39 left to play in half number 2.
Griffin goal by number 15, Audrey Erickson.
And Erickson, alongside with Phoebe Walker, 2 graduate students whose season is taken away a season ago due to COVID-19. Again, we're excited to have everyone in the stands here. Good bunch of good crowd to the left of us as Westminster fans. Some support from Fort Lewis to the right of us here. Good to have everyone involved here, supporting, wearing masks and social distancing, and looking to keep COVID-19 away from canceling or postponing any more sports this season. Draw control won by Westminster. Again, really excellent executing the draw controls today. Bumped off track for a minute. Penalty will be on number 18, Clark, for the Skyhawks, as Griffins maintain possession. Shot clock's down to 76. Again, we've only seen one team use the full shot clock, and that was the last possession for Fort Lewis. As they're cutting their shot, going to be just missed by Erickson again. Griffins will get it back right behind the net, though. Waiting for the whistle, blow the whistle to stop it. Official says it's got to go back up top where Erickson was hit. Erickson with it, trying to go one-on-one and get back-to-back goals for herself and the Griffins. Shot will be fired, and he'll hit the back of the net. Goal for Erickson, no assist on the play. Her second goal of the half. And 19-15 Griffins lead extends to 3, largest lead of today's game. Again, draw control here in the middle. Again, Griffins doing such a good job today. You know, as Fort Lewis wins that one, but that's one of the keys of success today for Westminster is the draw control. Fort Lewis trying to execute the offense once again, and has been the same team we saw in the first 5 minutes of play. Credit that to Davis stepping in, or just Nikki Harding doing a good job executing her defensive strategy after the early lead by Fort Lewis. Mary Clark right here with possession after the whistle. She goes right down up the gut, hits the back of the net, gets it by Davis for the 11th goal for Fort Lewis. Free possession shot right there, scored for the Skyhawks. Griffins win it once again. Griffins' great draw control victory. Again, they lead by 2 as we're here in the second half of play. Shot will be fired and saved. Good job by Beso. Here's the goalkeeper of today's game for Fort Lewis. That ball's going to bounce around and be picked up in the stick smoothly by Nelson. And she gets it up, looking for a fast break opportunity here. Shot be fired, just misses wide. That was Haley Dostie. But again, possession still in the hands behind the net for Fort Lewis. Head coach for Skyhawks, Ashley Travis, in her second season as a cross head coach here for the program for Fort Lewis, trying to turn the program into a successful program during her tenure. Shot be fired and saved. That shot was by number 4, Liv Crawford. Saved by Davis in the crease once again. And credit Davis for stepping in today and playing the way she's played. The senior did not get the start, but that's all right. Came in and executed when they need to. And here's that scrum in the middle that tries to confuse the Skyhawks and get someone open in the middle of the field. Doesn't work this time for Westminster. Skyhawks with speed once again on the left side. Tries to cut into the middle. Good defense by Westminster. As the ball gets knocked out of her stick for a moment, Skyhawks pick it right back up though. Cutting right through two different defenders, and before the shot was fired, it's going to be a goal for the Skyhawks actually. There was a whistle blown before, but it was a penalty against Westminster. They're going to wipe the penalty away and give a goal to the Skyhawks.
The whistle blows and you can, it's like, wait a minute, you blew the whistle before she scored.
Fort Lewis goal by number 5, Haley Dostie.
Dostie will get the goal there for the Skyhawks, and it's a 1-goal lead once again for Westminster, leading 13-12. See if Westminster, if they maintain possession, if they go back to their speedy offense of looking for that pass and go into the center of the crease. But the Skyhawks kind of picked up, has got actually slowed down their pace, it felt like. Unless they have the advantage like they do right here for a moment, as Martinez fouled going towards the net there. As a free possession shot will come here. Entering today's game, Fort Lewis with 13 and 24 on free possession shots. Griffins were 6 for 15 entering today. And again, the Skyhawks usually get about 35 shots a game. As Davis traps that one down near the ground in her stick and hangs on to it. Gets it over to Thielen, Katie Thielen that is. Katie and Lindsay Thielen. Lindsay, the freshman for the Griffins here. Shot's going to hit the bottom of the turf and bounce in from Eddie Freiberg again. I apologize. The junior scores another goal for Westminster. And the lead back up to 2, kind of that comfy spot where you want to be in.
Goal for the Griffins by number 19, Eden Freiberg. Assisted by number 22, Melissa Reeves.
And 15:23 left to play. 2-goal lead for Westminster. And with that, we'll get a timeout from the Skyhawks, and we'll come back here with the final 15:23 left to play in half number 2. Griffins on top, 14-12, here in Salt Lake City. Two-goal lead for Westminster, 14-12 the score. Welcome back to the RMAC Network live in Salt Lake City. We're on the campus of Westminster College here in Salt Lake City, Utah. As again, always great view out here on Dumke Field. As banners are up to our right on the field. Campus is right in straight ahead at the top of your screen, as you can see some of the buildings in front. And then towards the left of us here in the broadcast booth, you can also see the view of Ricecle Stadium, the home of the University of Utah football team. As we always talk about every time we're on the broadcast here, the shot's going to be fired and scored by number 4, Liv Crawford, who drops the lead down to 1 for Westminster. As it's been a tightly close battle game between two teams here.
Fort Lewis goal by number 4, Liv.
And again, after each goal, just make sure you measure the stick, make sure it's all right. Weigh it out with the lacrosse ball. And obviously that lacrosse ball, you don't want to be hit by that. One of the hardest sporting equipment.
Yeah. Oh, 27 goals in a game for hockey.
You know, to get hit with that, you don't want to have that done. Because again, a high-scoring contest here, 14-13, Griffins still on top here. I mean, the way the Griffins have played earlier, once again, they did lose to UCCS on the road, 11-20, and then they fell to Regis, 3-17, and then they dropped a game at Colorado Mesa, 11-18. So the most goals this season have came in today's game of 14. And again, normally they're giving up an average about 18 goals a game. So right now, Fort Lewis is kind of on pace to hit that number if the Griffins keep scoring as well. A nice cut there and just lost it in between, and Dostie had an opening goal, probably would have evened it up right there as the whistle is blown. Possession arrow goes to Westminster from the official signal, that is. And they're waiting for shot clock to get reset back to 90, and Griffins possession. As again leading by 1, trying to get the comfortable lead. I think a comfy lead is 2. Entering the last 10 minutes of play for Westminster. With the way they've been playing. And again, another shot on goal. Resets the shot clock to 90. Possession back in Westminster's stick right here. That one rolls away, gets picked back up cleanly by Maddie Kilner. Just kind of tossing around there, looking for that pass and cut that Griffins have been doing all day today so far. Get a screen there on the left, uses it. Gets the screen back on the right. Opening, right to left. Shot will be saved cleanly. As Lauren Shogro doesn't see that one hit the back of the net. That'll be a penalty against Westminster. That's going to be drawn by number 23, JoJo Lutz. First time we've seen her with possession as she hangs onto it right here as we're under 13 to play now. There's a crowd. Big fan of JoJo Lutz here, the junior defender. The fans in attendance here from Fort Lewis. Again, upcoming schedule for Westminster. They will be home on April 9th against UCCS, trying to get a revenge after falling to them 11-20 earlier. And then they will be back on the road after playing Regis. That one's going to be tipped from the line, be blocked there. There's a shot saved once again by Davis. That was number 2, Abedessa. Doesn't get the goal there to even up the score 14-14. Westminster trying to get speed across midfield, and they do. Has an opening here on the left side. Freiberg tosses it up, loses it. They're going to say it's going to stay here, I believe. Officials come together, say what's the call. There's again stoppage on the play. It's going to be a penalty against Fort Lewis as a free possession shot comes here for Westminster from White. White with possession now. And the goalkeeper has to stay way behind her. Griffins had an opportunity like this earlier and didn't execute on it cleanly. And a shot will be fired and scored by White. There could be a penalty, I think, after the play. There'll be a... I believe it's going to be on the goalkeeper who came in and bumped White after she scored. And that's exactly who it's on. The yellow card gets going against the goalkeeper for Fort Lewis, and just the only reason that it looked like it was after White scored, she came and kind of bumped her with her shoulder and just kind of gave her that, didn't, you know, upset with the call, kind of giving her aggression out there, and I think the officials saw that and didn't like what she did. And who knows if there was something said after or not, the official might have heard as she bumped into her. But either way, it's a goal for Westminster. Yeah, and with the goalkeeper getting the yellow card, you'll see number 28, Van Zandt, is in the box after the penalty. And I think a sub might be checking in here for Westminster as well as after the goal, but we have to get a face-off draw here, and the officials are going to talk to the coach about exactly what happened here. And the officials will huddle together here with 12:03 left to play here in half number 2. Griffins on top by 2 goals, and Players are wondering what's exactly being said in the huddle over there with the officiating crew. Now everyone's back on the same page. One referee's telling the Griffins side what's going on. And we're back here at midfield for a draw. It'll be a man down situation for Fort Lewis. Griffins looking to extend their lead to 3. Walker right in the middle loses it. Down goes another Griffin as another penalty will be on the goalkeeper once again. Avery Baso, the sophomore. He's again out of the goalkeeper out of the crease again, and another penalty goes against the Skyhawks, and now it's kind of getting ugly for the visitors here in Salt Lake. Erickson with possession now for Westminster. One-on-one here with the goalkeeper. Shot fired and scored by Erickson, no assist, and Griffins now back-to-back goals and lead back up to 3.
Goal for the Griffins by number 15, Haji Erickson.
That last goal we scored was down a player, wasn't it? We scored that last goal, the goal before that at down a player. She's been out a long time. Non-releasable. Non-releasable. Yeah, because she's still in there from 13-12. Lauren?
Drop in the air. Griffins maintain possession once again. Matty Kellner with this one. Griffins now they're at a point where they can start taking the clock down, the shot clock, before setting up their offense if they want to kill some time here, leading by 3. Obviously the last few minutes, if you got a lead, you want to make sure you take some time down, but if you got the possession with 90 seconds, you might as well use as much time as you can with the lead to take away an extra possession from your opponent. Until you get a penalty like that, and the Skyhawks are just fouling left and right. Getting frustrated.
Get big, 2-5, get big!
Save once again, great job by Skyhawks goalkeeper Baso. Again, shot clock reset down to, up to 80 now. Again, Griffins have plenty of time to work with here. You just got to be cool, calm, and collective in this last 10.5 minutes to play, leading by 3. Trying to get your first win of the season here in the RMAC, and another whistle is going to be blown against the Skyhawks. As that foul is going to be drawn by Anna Nelson, number 13, on Phoebe Walker, 5. Walker tosses that one up and out of play, and that one's going to be possession, reset, shot clock going the other way for Fort Lewis. Can the Skyhawks get a goal here to gain any momentum? Because all they're doing on the defensive end is fouling. Seems like as Westminster gets a little touch foul right there, number 12, Katie Thielen. And the officials just continue to call fouls on each team, but the Skyhawks had 4 or 5 called on them, and that's the first one we've seen on Westminster in a minute. Trying to cut into the basket there, cut into the net there, it'll be another penalty. Should be blocked in there. It'd be another penalty against Westminster on the attack there for Fort Lewis, and now it's going to be near the crease for the Skyhawks. That's going to be hit the back of the net for a goal from Abby Escandon, whose family's in attendance here. To the right of us, excited about that goal for her. As the Skyhawks cut the lead to 2.
Basketball's final 2 minutes.
Two-goal lead, 9:19 left to play here.
This is not updated.
Griffins on top by 2, 16-14 the score here in Salt Lake City. Once again, Griffins, they entered with 25 goals on the season total. They're 9 away from matching their point total of the season. Skyhawks, 50 goals this year. They're a team that knows how to score fast and when needed, as a victory on the draw goes to the Skyhawks. To their team to set the offensive set here, trailing by 2 with 9 minutes to go. Again, the Skyhawks, they're going to try to get out of their offense again, I believe. They're going to call no goal this time, as earlier they gave a goal to the Skyhawks on a very similar call. I was going to bounce to the right side. No, there'll be a shot on goal, but goes wide. Skyhawks maintain it again. Fresh shot clock at 90. The shot clock is not moving right now, but there it goes. Another penalty goes against Westminster. And Griffins will be man down here. Kind of a high check to the neck and head area. Davis in goal for Westminster, trying to stop this one, as that one's going to get knocked out of their stick, but again the officials say illegal hit there. And referees are blowing the whistle a lot the last 3 minutes of action on both sides of the field. Trying to get the calls right, as another great defensive stop by Westminster. And again, another whistle. Stoppage again, 8:16. Again, Davis in goal for Westminster. Sees this one bounce in right over his shoulder. Now it's a 1-goal lead for Westminster. One-goal lead now in favor of Westminster. 16:15 to score, 8:10 to play here in half number 2. Again, kind of both the last 3 goals have been kind of off officials' penalties against either team, so both teams got to figure out a way to clean up their defensive stance. So the officials are quick catching them in the act. Skyhawks trail by 1. Griffins, they need to draw control here to just get something going and take some more time off, and set their offense up and possibly get their lead back up to 2. And that's exactly what they get. They got the first thing checked off. Draw control 1, success. Griffins once again sees 60 seconds on the shot clock here. Shot will be fired and missed. That was shot by number 3, Courtney McCabe. Griffins swiping at it. No whistle blown this time. Officials might have said, you know, enough's enough. Let's start letting them play a little bit. As Westminster goes down, you see McCabe get hit right there. Got one Griffin tying their shoe, and Westminster's got time to kill if they need to. Again, you got 90 seconds to get the shot you like. And then if you get a shot near the goal, it will reset, especially if you run after it and chase it. Westminster has an opportunity to take some time off right here, and that's exactly what they're doing before the shot clock goes down. So 50 seconds left on the shot clock here. Griffins get a screen here on the right.
You can't move on the screen. Yes, you can.
As Freiberg gets it. There's a little bickering back and forth here in the stands. Yeah, you can hear talking about miscommunication of what's going on, but a fresh shot clock for Westminster. Shot by Walker, hits the back of the net and scores. Looks like the assist will go to Reeves, number 22. And Walker, excited about that, getting some frustration now as well, slamming the stick down to the ground after a goal. As the lead's back up once again for Westminster.
Assisted by 18, Lauren Chavreau.
So 6:15 left to play. Griffins on top by 2. Another key draw victory for Westminster if they can get it right here. Draw control the tempo again. Once again, they took some good time off the clock there. 2 key possessions and scored. I think that's Westminster's strategy the rest of the way. If you win the draw, kind of set it up, control your offense, spread it out, let the clock get down to about 30 seconds before you run it. But as for the Skyhawks, you want to get the ball up quick and get it across and get as many shots as you can towards Lake Davis, the goalkeeper for Westminster. Dotsie with it behind the net for the Skyhawks. Cutter comes through, didn't see her. Or didn't like the angle as it gets to Carter. Carter tries to get the screen up there. To get it over to Abendace, who now gets it back up top for the Skyhawks. In Westminster, needs to play tough defense here. Don't cause any penalties, and make the Skyhawks shoot with you playing defense and not a free shot possession that is. So sticks out, good job by Westminster's defense right here, not allowing anything in. No cutters coming through. Westminster clogging the lane pretty good. As a minute's went off the shot clock here so far, as that one's going to drop down, and Skyhawks have to go pick it back up with under 30 seconds on the shot clock. Finds a way to cut through the gap. Shot fired and scored by the Skyhawks, scored by number 8, Escondon once again. Just keeping the Skyhawks alive here in Salt Lake City.
Fort Lewis goal by number 8, Abby Esconde.
I didn't see her on the sideline. I started looking around to find her on the field. I was like, oh wow, where'd she go? She just ran off.
Draw control here, 4:57 to play. Griffins on top by 1, 17-16 the score.
Especially had an easy thing to identify her, though.
As once again, draw control is going to be won by Westminster. Let's see what they do. Got a 1-goal lead. See what the strategy here now is. Again, last time they kind of waited it out. Took about a minute off the clock, and this time nearly turned over. And they pick it back up, luckily. Shot clock still down to 75. Let's see what, again, Westminster kind of clears it out. Kind of got to just wait and take some time off here. And again, you got the 1-goal lead. You got time to kill and get the offense set up exactly how you want it. That's exactly what Westminster's going to do right here. Just hanging it out right here, waiting for the play to set up. And taking time off the game clock as well with the 1-goal lead. Shaking around there. Westminster's Lauren Shugro, who gets fouled going towards the net. Has 3:53, 32 seconds left on the shot clock. See what Lauren will do here in this possession. She's going to attack or kick it back out. She'll go in, shot, fire, and score for Westminster. She does the same thing. Excitement, throws the stick down. As she knows the Griffins have a 2-goal lead now once again.
Griffins by number 18, Lauren Shagro.
3:40 to play. Griffins on top by 2. Again, it's all about the draw control here.
It's not even a game high yet for goals.
Against 18-16 score. Another draw control by Westminster again. 90 seconds on the shot clock. Roll it back out and reset like they just did last possession and attack and get a free shot possession possibly for another goal. Just Westminster's got to play their game here. Play the clock game right now. Take as much time as you can before you need an opportunity to strike. Like Walker goes in there and kicks it back out, resets the offense once again to Erickson. Fort Lewis has got to come up and play you tight, and they're going to have to hit you as 2 different Skyhawks go down. As Westminster, again, try to capitalize there. And again, going too fast is not what you want to do because you're going to turn it over like they just did and knock down a Skyhawk in the process. Under 3 minutes to play here. Griffins on top by 2. Skyhawks with possession now. And Westminster knocks it away and gets it right back once again. Now the Griffins, again, they have all the time in their favor. Don't need to rush anything. 2-goal lead. 90 seconds before you have to shoot on goal. And now you got a fast break opportunity here. Odd man advantage for the Griffins, and they find the opening in front, but saved. It was safe for. It looked like it was safe. It went off the stick and ended up hitting the back of the net for Westminster. I don't know how that one got in, but number 10 for Westminster, Hannah Kellner, gets her goal.
Griffin goal by number 10, Hannah Kelleher.
And that was just a miscommunication on one end to the other for the Skyhawks, and a 3-goal lead favors Westminster. As we get a timeout here, 2:18 to play. Griffins on top by 3 here on the RMAC Network. We'll be right back after this. 2:18 left to play. Griffins strike to give a 3-goal lead. Everything's going the Griffins' way here on Dumke Field, as it did not start out that way. Griffins were trailing 6-2 to start, 4-goal advantage, and ever since then it's been all Westminster after that. Against a good Skyhawks team coming off a 25-1 victory the other night against Adams State. Again, that's who the Griffins will take on April 3rd, as they'll travel to Adams State before their back-to-back home games, UCCS, April 9th and 11th against Regis, and then back-to-back road games again before they end their season at home with Adams State and Colorado Mesa on May 1st. Against Colorado Mesa, it'll be their final game, senior night of the season, and they'll be all live right here on the RMAC network. Phoebe Walker comes away with a big play. Again, Westminster's got time in their pocket. Instead, they turn it over. And again, Skyhawks might get the advantage here, but as they keep it in their stick, under 2 minutes to play now. Griffins still on top by 3. Again, times in Westminster possession, play good defense here, make Fort Lewis make a tough play, and fumble, make a mistake. Don't allow your defense to make a mistake right here if you're Westminster. If it's the Skyhawks, time is not in your favor, and you got to find a way to get as close as you can to take a shot and score like they just did right there. I believe that was number 5, Haley Dossie.
Fort Lewis goal by number 5, Haley Dossie.
As Griffins see their lead shrink to 2 now, 1:26 left to play in regulation. Big draw control coming right here for Fort Lewis. Wind's kind of died down once again. Sun's still shining here on the field. As again, the men's lacrosse team will be back here tomorrow. And then men's and women's soccer early action Saturday morning. Draw control goes to Westminster again. Shot clock basically turned off now. You got time to hang on to it for the rest of the game. Again, just don't do nothing you haven't done all game. Just keep control of the ball and be patient with it, as now we're under 1 minute to play here in Salt Lake City and on the RMAC network. Griffins up by 2, 19-17 to score. Griffins and Fort Lewis Skyhawks here in Salt Lake City. It's been a great back and forth action game all game long here. Again, Westminster does not have to take a shot here. They can hang on to it till the buzzer blows the sound of the end of a game, and hopefully be victory for Westminster. Shot will be fired, and they'll get one more extra goal here to close it on top, and that goes to number 18, Lauren.
Goal for the Griffins by number 18,
with 23,
Lauren Shagro.
As Shagro will say thank you and good night to Fort Lewis. Tell them thank you for stopping by here in Salt Lake, and have a good trip back home, as the Griffins are going to come away with a potentially 3-goal victory. Again, one potentially last draw right here. 23.6 left to play. Six players with at least 2 goals in today's game for Westminster, for Fort Lewis that is. 1 player with 5 goals, and that was Escandana. And then as for your Westminster Griffins, who are trying to just hang on to right here, see if they're going to try to fire one towards the goal once more. And they will, as that's the way we end, with a crashing goal to the net for Westminster. And they will give them the goal. As 21-17. And that's how we call the game tonight. We say so long and good night from Salt Lake City with the Griffins victory 21-17 over the Skyhawks. Thank you guys for stopping by. Men's lacrosse action tomorrow. Men's and women's soccer here Saturday. We'll see you guys here all live this weekend for sports, for all sports here on Dumke Field.